Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your events or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. From Farmingdale State College in Nassau County, it's the NSCHSAA Varsity Playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network. As we get ready for our coverage today, doubleheader action as the Holy Trinity Titans take on the St. Anthony's Friars. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Catholic Health. Today's game is sponsored by Catholic Health as well as Common Sense Baseball, Long Island Elite Baseball, as well as College Sports Advisors. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Perez. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. This is one of the best baseball days of the season. Of course, not an elimination day, but we get to see the top seeds and some great talent as Holy Trinity comes into this game looking to upset the top-seeded St. Anthony's Friars, and they're going to have their hands full against the future North Carolina Tar Heel Jason DiCario, and they'll roll out this lineup of Nick Del Vecchio. He's the shortstop. Tyler Cook is the catcher batting second. Kyle Kozlowski is in the number 3 hole. He's the first baseman. Andrew Hepner in the hot corner and the cleanup spot. Sebastian Velasquez, the pitcher, bats 5th. Ryan Siz is in right field batting 6th, with Nico Quiros, the shortstop, batting 7th. Andrew Sinclair is the DH as he will bat 8th. Sean Atkinson in left field, and Sean Matty is the second baseman as they go up against Jason DiCaro, the future North Carolina Tar Heel for now. There are some Major League scouts in attendance as well, and should DiCaro be drafted, of course, in some of the earlier rounds, that might chase the decision, but DiCaro, one of the best pitchers in the region, leading the way for St. Anthony's, a perfect 3-0 this year, an ERA under 1, as he will get set to go against a tough Titans lineup. Throw goes down to second base, and there is DiCaro, the stud for St. Anthony's. And what an embarrassment of riches for the Friars to turn to Mr. DiCaro today in Game 1 to try and give themselves an advantage in these playoffs. So the way that it goes right now, it's St. Anthony's and Holy Trinity. The winner of this game plays the winner of the following game against either St. Dominic's or Chaminade. The loser of this game then moves over to play Kellenberg tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Nick Del Vecchio steps up to the plate. DiCaro's ready to go, and it's showtime here at Farmingdale State College. And he pumps in a strike, 0-1. DiCaro, the 6'5 senior out of East Northport, sits at around 90 to 92 miles per hour as Del Vecchio took a good cut at a fastball, and the count is 0-2. DiCaro, brought up as a 10th grader, was only throwing 82 to 84 miles per hour, and Paul Porcelano said that, well, he'll still be an integral part of this team and a potential ace, but never thought that he could be the ace of the region as he misses outside, and the count is 1-2 to Del Vecchio, the future LIU Shark. It's been interesting to see the rise of both of these guys and the hard work that's been put in. DeCaro just having a growth spurt over the last few years. Delvecchio dealing with injuries in the beginning of the year. 1-2 coming, and that's floated down the left field line, and it'll go foul just out of the reach of Teddy Valentino, and the count stays at 1-2. Delvecchio starting to put it together as of late. Has a hit in each of his last few games and went 4 for 4 against Kellenberg just a few weeks ago, and that got him out of the slump. And if there were any concerns about those nagging injuries in the beginning of the year, he certainly put a stop to that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Top one. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, and down goes Delvecchio for the first strikeout of the afternoon. Let's meet the defensive alignment for St. Anthony's. Going left to right in the outfield, it's Kurt Johnson, Caleb Arulian, and Dan Skubla's in right field. Mike Schwartz at first base, Kevin Baez at second base. Michael Bugno is the shortstop with Teddy Valentino, the third baseman. Phil Mazzolo behind the plate, and DeCaro on the mound facing Tyler Cook, the catcher. Hits it on the ground to the right side. Baez in the hole, slides, fires over to first, and there's 2 away. So a nice job there by Kevin Baez, the 5'8 junior from Oakdale. And Baez's name might sound familiar. His dad, Kevin Baez, had a cup of coffee with the New York Mets in the early 90s. And now Kevin, the starting second baseman for the top-seeded St. Anthony's Friars, as Kyle Kozlowski, the first baseman, steps up to the plate for the Titans. And takes the first pitch low at 1-0. Kozlowski will take his talents to Jefferson in the CACC after this year. Of course, some of the postseason going on in the Division II and Division III level. And Thomas Jefferson down in Philadelphia will be happy with Kozlowski, as that's fisted foul back to the screen, and the count is 2-1. Kozlowski, someone who has a really good glove at first base, but his bat is really what puts him in that 3-hole. Driven off to the right side and foul, and the count even at 2-2. It's always an event to see a DeCaro start, whether the radar guns are out, the press is there. One of the top pitchers on Long Island in quite some time. 2-2 coming, inside. And the count of 3-2. And of course, when you think about Long Island talent in recent years, you think Marcus Stroman, Steven Matz. DeCaro right up there with them. And we've got an embarrassment of riches for the pitchers that we'll see today. But he misses up and in and allows his first base runner of the afternoon.
The third baseman, number 7.
Of course, and this isn't a knock against Sebastian Velasquez as well. Will get the start for Holy Trinity, but then you've got Andrew Koshi over at Kellenberg. Chaminade as well. As Kozlowski, the 2-out base runner, with a short lead off of first, and here's Andrew Hepner. Smacked on the ground foul off to the left side. And DeCaro ahead in the count, 0-1. Hepner's only a junior, a natural catcher, and of course the backup to Tyler Cook. Runner goes, the pitch, swing and a miss, throw down to second, hesitating, but a throw hits the runner and trickles to the covering Baez from behind. It's a stolen base for Kozlowski. And Holy Trinity, a team that likes to run, and especially against DeCaro, where you're not going to make a lot of contact against him. You'll have to play small ball, and a good jump there. And the throw goes right into the runner. So it was a good throw, but of course, went right into the back of Kozlowski. DeCaro from the set. Takes a check of the runner, 0-2 pitch. Just outside. Count 1-2. Beautiful day for baseball at Farmingdale State. As the wind blowing in from left. And Hepner calls time to just readjust himself and throw off the timing of DeCaro. Be interesting to see how the Titans combat DeCaro today. 1-2 pitch. Slider hit in the air out to center field. Easy play for Arulian, drifting under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and one left on base. The end of half an inning of play. It's the Titans nothing. The Friars coming to bat on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the first inning, Holy Trinity had a runner in scoring position but could not push it across, as Sebastian Velasquez will head out to the mound and he'll face this St. Anthony's Friar lineup that has led the Friars to the top spot in the NSCHSAA. And the Friars will roll out Mike Schwartz, he's the first baseman. Teddy Valentino is the third baseman, batting second. Jason DeCaro, he'll be the DH tomorrow. Pitching today, Phil Mazzola in the cleanup spot is the catcher. Dan Skubla in right field bats fifth. Caleb Arulian is the center fielder, batting sixth. Michael Bugno, the shortstop, bats seventh. Kevin Baez at second base, bats eighth. Kurt Johnson in left field, batting ninth. And Torin Casabom will be the starting pitcher tomorrow as they go up against Sebastian Velasquez, getting the start for Holy Trinity. And Velasquez, from a physical standpoint, coming into the school as a freshman, was really athletic but just did not have the stature. He's grown into his body, and he starts to throw BBs for the Titans as he'll get the start today wearing number 23 in green and white. It's a pretty deep Holy Trinity team coached by Dan Luisi in his second year. And Luisi, when he took over the program for the now Hall of Famer head coach Hondo, who was just inducted into the CHSAA Hall of Fame yesterday, had big shoes to fill, but an opportunity to push St. Anthony's to the brink, as he'll rely on Velasquez to start off the afternoon. Holy Trinity beat Kellenberg to set themselves up for this game. A win over the Firebirds Tuesday, and against Mr. Andrew Koshi, who I'm sure we'll see tomorrow night, as Velasquez gets set to go against Mike Schwartz, and the first pitch is a fastball up and away for ball one. Schwartz, the junior from Bayshore. Now with the count even at 1-1. Somebody who missed last year with a torn labrum, was the second string catcher and still the backup catcher, with his ability moving him over to first base. And of course, when you got Phil Mazzola behind the plate, who has really handled the pitching staff, but you have the bat of Schwartz. It's a good problem to have, and most times we'll see natural catchers be converted to corner infielders, and sometimes even at the high school level, you'll throw them out on the mound, or just because of the athleticism, they could play the outfield. 1-2 is up and in. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. These teams looking to get to the final next Monday at Hofstra. And it could bleed into next Tuesday as well, May 30th, if we're tied at 1 after the first 2 games. As Sebastian gets ready with the payoff pitch, and that's upstairs, ball 4. And St. Anthony's has the leadoff man on.
The third baseman, number 20, Teddy Valentino.
Well, Velasquez, the URI commit, having trouble finding the strike zone for the first batter. And here's Teddy Valentino, the third baseman for the Friars. Valentino hitting 143 on the year, a home run and 9 RBIs. He's a senior from Smithtown. And takes upstairs for ball 1 as Velasquez missing the strike zone now on 3 straight pitches. Paul Parcelano not afraid to play hit and run or bunt or keep the stations in motion. And so because of that, we could see a lot of traffic on the base paths. 1-0, bunt pulled back, and a fastball right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Teddy Valentino, one of those throwback guys, and someone who watches old highlights of Mickey Mantle and Duke Schneider on his phone, and Parcelano was at practice one day, saw him with the phone and said, "What are you watching?" And couldn't believe the images and some of the players that he looked up to, even though they were so long ago. Bunted to the left side. Hepner with the opportunity. Fires to first in time. Throw down to second, and now they've got Schwartz in a rundown. Couple of pump fakes. And there's the double play. Good heads-up play by the first baseman, Kyle Kozlowski. And Hepner applies the tag as they get Schwartz in a rundown. Nobody was covering third base. That's why he trailed off the second base bag. And they slapped the tag on him for the double play. So the bases are now empty for Jason DeCaro. So just your routine 3-6-5 double play as this brings up DeCaro. And it takes a little chin music for ball one. DeCaro, the senior from East Northport and future Carolina Tar Heel. First year that he's really been in the batting order and in the lineup for St. Anthony's because Parcelano just didn't want to jeopardize his health and have him be a two-way player, but came into this season chiding his coaches and saying, "Hey, give me a shot, give me a shot." They saw him in batting practice and then started to rake, and they said, well, hey, why not? Let's give it a shot, and he's been in the lineup ever since, and top of the order hitter. It's a 1-2 pitch. Driven in the air out to left field. Atkinson, he'll have some room just shy of the track, hauls it in, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1 inning in the books. We're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Jason DeCaro back out on the mound. We're scoreless, and Holy Trinity's defense doing a good job of wiping the bases clean as Teddy Valentino hit the ball on the ground, and then Mike Schwartz was doubled off second. And that'll bring up the Holy Trinity lineup in a scoreless game. It's Velasquez, Siz, and Quiros, 5, 6, 7 due up in the Titans order against DeCaro. So we mentioned the amount of press that DeCaro has gotten recently, and his head coach Parcelano says that he's really one of those throwback kind of kooky left-handed pitchers in his mannerisms, and someone who can really see a lot of levity, and he didn't realize the magnitude of the coverage that he'd been getting. He just put his head down, went to work, and said that he wanted to always go to UNC. That was always his dream school. even when he was younger, and he said that as a 10th grader. Porcelano said, well, that's a great goal. Go after it. See what you can do. And Porcelano said, hey, well, he proved me wrong and is excited to see where he'll go. Now you have the added wrinkle of if a major league team comes across and offers him the right draft money, maybe he takes his talents professionally, as that's chopped foul off to the left side. And the count 0-1 to Sebastian Velasquez, the opposite number against DeCaro in game 1 today. A 1, and a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. Velasquez, a 3-year varsity player, and a two-way player at that. 0-2 pitch. Hit right back up the middle, stabbed at by DeCaro. A couple of steps, a flip over to first. And Velasquez is retired for the first out.
The right fielder, number 5, Ryan Cruz.
Of course, when you look at the playoffs and the locations of where they'll be played at, a lot of these universities are considered stadiums compared to where these teams usually play, but have a cavernous backstop and even a deeper outfield with the fence. Of course, St. Anthony's is playing with the softball field all the way in the outfield, so not really a fence there. Here's the 0-1. And that just misses below the knees, 1-1. And so because of that, you can really take advantage on the base paths and try and take extra bases. Comes a 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Ryan says waiting for the 1-1. Check that, the 2-1. And that's carved foul back to the screen. And deuce is wild. Says only a junior. A converted infielder that's seeing a lot of playing time in the outfield, has a good arm. And that's why he's the everyday right fielder. 2-2 pitch. Curveball poked foul off to the right side, and we'll do it again. Could really see the movement and the snap on those curveballs by DeCaro. And because of that, Holy Trinity moves closer to the plate and try and take away that inside corner. 2-2 pitch. Inside, it hit him. And they're going to keep him at the plate because Siz was crowding the plate. And now Luisi will come in. And Luisi speaking to the home plate umpire, and the two umpires will come together. Now, there's a few things here. The call was that it was a foul ball, number 1. So unless the first base umpire has conclusive evidence, remember they don't have replay enough to overturn it, then we'll see if they award Siz first base. Of course, you have to make an effort to get out of the way, but got a 90-mile-an-hour fastball coming in on the hands, not exactly the easiest thing to react to. Siz is already 3/4 of the way up the line. Luisi poking in, and this is where, if you could read body language, you'll see what the call is, but I think it's going to stay foul. It'll be 2-2. So check that. They're going to give it to him. How about that? It looked as if first he was going to say it was a foul ball. Porcelano now gets the explanation. I guess the only explanation is the first base umpire said, well, yeah, it did hit him on the hand. So Holy Trinity with a 1-out base runner as that brings up Nico Quiros. As DeCaro will get a few warm-up tosses, but there's Siz, and Siz, the second base runner of the day for the Titans. So here's Quiros. Quiros, the center fielder, and the Friars defense setting up for the bunt. One down, top of the second inning, we're scoreless. And with every team throwing their ace today, 3 or 4 runs might be the difference. Quiros attacks the bunt, doesn't get it, throw down to second in time. Beautiful throw, Mazzola to Mugno, and Sis is retired for the second out. So DeCaro so quick to the plate with that slide step, even with the high throw because the pitch came in so quickly. Mugno able to slap the tag down on Sis, and there's 2 away. Whacked foul off to the right side, and now in a matter of 2 pitches, DeCaro can get out of the second inning unscathed. Quiros, another Jefferson commit. He and Kozlowski taking their talents to the CACC. As the pitch misses up and in, 1-2. Infield, outfield, straight up to the number 7 hitter. 1-2 coming. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called. The knee buckling curveball from DeCaro gets the Friars through the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. We're scoreless. Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Be a part of the premier travel baseball program in Nassau County by joining Long Island Elite Travel Teams. Elite Baseball offers a reliable organizational structure with tiers of teams between 11 and 17 years old. Elite Baseball provides experienced and knowledgeable coaches that help players grow in a competitive, fair, and respectful environment. To sign up, text the number below at 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com.
And you're always working to get them to that level.
They're genuine. They really want what's best for your kid. And it's about giving your kid an advantage and access to as many resources as possible. And I feel like with CSA, they have the platform, they have the relationships. Again, it's all about having your kid's best interest in mind, and it's certain that's what they have here.
Back here in the top of the second inning. Check that bottom of the second inning. St. Anthony's and Holy Trinity scoreless as Phil Mazzola, the catcher, takes a first pitch strike from Sebastian Velasquez, 0-1. Phil Mazzola, Dan Skubla, and Caleb Arulian, 4-5-6, due up for the Friars. Little tapper, left side. Del Vecchio charges on the run, fires to first in time to get Mazzola by a step. And that'll bring up Dan Skubla. So Del Vecchio, a shortstop that likes to play back. But Velasquez has the off-speed stuff to miss barrels. You'll see a lot of weak contact from the URI commit. So 1 up, 1 down. This brings up Skubla. And Skubla, the senior from Lindenhurst, takes a pitch that misses 1-0. Skubla hitting .256 on the year. He's driven in 10, but a burner on the base paths. Leads the team with 6 stolen bases. Someone you want to keep off. Base paths, obviously, and the count is now 1-2 to Mr. Skubla. Third baseman Hepner hugging the line, playing back from the windup. 1-2 coming. And a setup pitch misses outside, 2-2. Spashez rears back. And a wave and a miss. Got him with the curveball in the dirt. Tag slapped on by Tyler Cook. First strikeout of the afternoon for Velasquez. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the second. So the base is empty, and this brings up Caleb Arulian. Takes another curveball that splits the knees for a strike, 0-1. Arulian, the senior from Hauppauge. behind in the count, 0-2. Defensive first center fielder, someone who chokes up on the bat. And good speed as well. This is a very fast St. Anthony's team, as that's nubbed into the ground, and count stays at 0-2. Velasquez working quickly. 0-2. Little tapper foul towards the Friars dugout. And we'll do it again. Rulian, a two-sport athlete, was also on the Friars basketball team. The runner-up to David DeBuscher at Chaminade for Player of the Year in the NSCHSAA. 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs, and the count 1-2. Someone who Paul Parcelano says is just a winning player. Knows what it takes to win whatever sport he's playing. And trying to win this at bat as the count now is 2-2. After graduation, he'll play basketball at Swarthmore. Drives this to left field. Atkinson plucks it out of the air, and the side is retired. Sebastian Velasquez has faced the minimum through 2, and we're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Looking for an elite travel team right here in Nassau County? Then look no further than Long Island Elite. Perks include field access for practice, local and regional events, including PBR and Perfect Game, facility use, winter workouts, all under one roof at Common Sense Baseball. Sign up today by texting 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com. Common Sense Baseball is the premier baseball facility on Long Island. Located in Westbury, CSB offers private or group training lessons on top of cage rentals for your team, baseball or softball, as well as summer camps and college recruitment videos. Visit them today at 75D Rushmore Street in Westbury or online at Common Sense Baseball on Instagram or on commonsensebaseball.com. Go to the top of the third inning. We're scoreless. Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's on the Varsity Media Sports Network. 8-9-1 due up for the Titans as Andrew Sinclair, the DH, steps up to the plate against Jason DeCaro here at Farmingdale State College. One of the two homes of the NSCHSAA playoffs. Sinclair's been seeing the ball well as of late. Hit a big opposite field home run against Andrew Koshi in the first round. And Holy Trinity's win over the Kellenberg Firebirds. 1-1. Little tapper left side. Valentino charges, fires to first on the run, and gets Sinclair for the first out of the third.
The second baseman, number 9, Sean Maddie.
So this brings up Sean Maddie. And Maddie takes down and in, 1-0. Maddie 2 for 3 against Kellenberg the other day. Old Westbury commit. And a future Panther staying on Long Island. As that pitch misses low, 2-0. Old Westbury, of course, in the skyline with Farmingdale State. Taking on the outside edge for a strike, and the count is 2-1. Skyline Conference has been pretty competitive the last few years. Roll on the ground to the right side. Baez fires. And Matt, he is retired for out number 2.
Number 3, Nicholas Delvecchio.
So back to the top of the order, and here's Nick Delvecchio. Attacks the first pitch and spoils it foul off to the left side. 0-1. Caro working quickly, fires one way outside. And the count 1-1. Of course, St. Joseph's Long Island, the lone representative out of the Skyline Conference, falling in the NCAA Regional. Old Westbury, we mentioned the future team for Sean Maddy, 19-18 overall record, and finishing 4th in the conference, 12-8 record. Farmingdale, the host site, 17-18, 9-11 in the conference, and whacked foul off to the left side, and the count is 2-2. To Nick Delvecchio, future LIU Shark. Caro gets the sign. Here comes a 2-2. And the count even. Check that, the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Friars and Titans scoreless. The future Tar Heel. Couple of shakeoffs, gets what he wants. Here comes a payoff pitch. Curveball at the knees, strike 3 called. Boy, that's nasty. DeCaro picks up his 3rd strikeout of the day. And that gets St. Anthony's through the top of the 3rd. We're scoreless, Friars and Titans on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Show up at the games, make sure we're present, work with great players and great families. That's the most important piece of this whole operation. And then, be good evaluators, tell families the truth, and then find them a fit at the college level and make sure that we're always open and available for communication. And at the end of the day, we want to simplify and maximize the recruiting process for each of our players.
Common Sense Baseball is the place to take your game to the next level. With a 10,000 square foot facility fully equipped with 3 high-speed hack attack machines and Rapsodo technology, Common Sense Baseball will help sharpen your 5 tools. Send them a DM on Instagram or contact them online at commonsensebaseball.com to start your private or team training session today. Sebastian Velasquez, the future URI hurler, gets ready to go for the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're scoreless. St. Anthony's and Holy Trinity, the top-seeded Friars, will send up their shortstop, Michael Mugno. It's Mugno, Baez, and Johnson, 7, 8, 9, as Velasquez has faced the minimum, was aided by a double play in the 1st inning, as this brings up Mugno to the plate. Mugno, the junior from Huntington, hitting .273 on the year. Will play at Division III Catholic after he graduates. Wave and a miss. And the count 0-2. Mugno, somebody who did enough to, at least many believe, get an all-league honor. And as he takes upstairs 1 and 2. After hitting .273, driving in 10. Has a stolen base. Sat behind Jack Valario, who's now playing at Fordham. 1-2 on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Got him with a fastball. And that's the 2nd strikeout for Velasquez. As that'll bring up Kevin Baez. So Baez, the 2nd baseman, takes a fastball in there for a strike, and Velasquez looking night and day different from the first inning. Really has some control, and as I say that, that pitch just misses outside. And the count 1-1. Nice to see some college coaches around here as well. Just a great day and a great crop of talent on display over these next 4 games. See some coaches from Adelphi, other Skyline schools. 2-1. And a breaking ball is working now, and the count 2-2. Of course, we mentioned Velasquez heading to URI in the A-10 tournament. There's a wave and a miss, and back-to-back strikeouts as he gets Baez to chase the outside fastball. 2 gone in the third.
Number 29, Kurt Johnson.
Big season-ending sweep for URI, knocking off VCU. In fact, a 19-7 win last Friday. They'll take on Davidson, the number 2 team in Richmond, Virginia, in the A-10 tournament. As this brings up Johnson. Behind in the count, 0-1. Velasquez is grooving the pitch. Up and in. And the count 1-1. Wind starts to pick up and blow out to left. 1-1 pitch. That's upstairs, 2-1. Mike Schwartz, the leadoff hitter, would be next. As Velasquez rears back and fires. Good off-speed pitch. As Johnson flailed at the curveball, and the count is 2-2. Velasquez looking to strike out the side. 2-2 coming. And he does so. 4 strikeouts, first time through the order as Johnson sits the Friars down in order. 3 innings complete. We're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
For me, it starts before they ever sign up with us. Player evaluation is at the heart of everything that we do. So we're going to evaluate players. We're going to make sure, number 1, that they're a fit for CSA. Number 2, that we have a philosophical agreement as far as how we see the recruiting process playing out. We have guys who have aspirations of playing at the Division I level, but we're going to make sure that we're really realistic and that we understand Division II and Division III are tremendous programs, and we're all on the same page about where we think that player fits at the college level. From there, obviously they come on board and we really individualize it. At the end of the day, everybody's timing is going to be different, certainly based on the type of schools that are going to recruit them, but also, given their grad year and the skill set. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good plan in place.
Jason DeCaro gets back to work. Top of the 4th inning, we're scoreless. Titans and Friars. All zeros across the board. As it'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Titans. Tyler Cook, the slugging backstop for the Titans, will lead it off against Jason DeCaro. And DeCaro, first time through the order, allowed a walk and a hit by pitch in 3 hitless innings. As here comes Cook, who grounded out to second base his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. As DeCaro rears back and fires and misses low for ball 1. Cook, a 2-way player who could see some action on the mound in the playoffs. Head in the count 1-0, drives this one out to right field. First opportunity for Skubla, and he makes the catch as he catches it in the palm of his glove. And Cook's retired to begin the 4th.
Number 42, Kyle Kozlowski.
So this brings up Kyle Kozlowski. Kozlowski walked and then stole second base, was stranded there after Andrew Hepner flew out to center to finish the first. And takes a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Kozlowski, someone who, when he's grooving, and he is right now, hits gap to gap. Pretty curveball. Just falls off the table, and Uncle Charlie puts DeCaro ahead in the count, 0-2. DeCaro, a couple of shakeoffs, now gets what he wants. Here's the 0-2. Skied in the air, out to left field. Johnson, through the sunglasses, makes the catch. And Cook and Kozlowski retired back-to-back to begin the fourth, as that brings up Andrew Hepner.
Andrew Hepner.
Hepner flew out to center field his last time up. And takes a fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. Second baseman Baez playing on the outfield grass, even if it's just by a foot, as this is right up the middle, and the first hit of the day for the Titans. Andrew Hepner goes right back up the box, and the Titans have a 2-out base runner.
The pitcher, number 23, Sebastian Velasquez.
So an opportunity for Velasquez to help his cause. Hepner with good speed off of first. Already seen Mazzola throw out a runner today. As DeCaro's been really working on his slide step. He's got all the tools that some of these pro scouts want. Popped up left side, Valentino picks it up. And the inning is over. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left on base, 3.5. In the books, we're scoreless. Titans and Friars on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
For me, it starts before they ever sign up with us. Player evaluation is at the heart of everything that we do. So we're going to evaluate players. We're going to make sure, number one, that they're a fit for CSA. Number two, that we have a philosophical agreement as far as how we see the recruiting process playing out. We have guys who have aspirations of playing at the Division I level, but we're going to make sure that we're really realistic and that we understand Division II and Division III are tremendous programs, and we're all on the same page about where we think that player fits at the college level. From there, obviously they come on board and we really individualize it. At the end of the day, everybody's timing is going to be different, certainly based on the type of schools that are going to recruit them, but also, given their grad year and the skill set. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good plan in place.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Sebastian Velasquez. Now to face the top of the order of Mike Schwartz, Teddy Valentino, and Jason DeCaro. Breezy but beautiful day at Farmingdale State College for the 2023 NSCHSAA playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I'm John Perez. Thanks for taking your Sunday afternoon with us as Velasquez gets ready to go against Mike Schwartz, who walked but then was erased on a double play when he was caught leaning off of second base. Gotten a rundown. It's been the only base runner for the Friars as that first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Velasquez a little enigmatic where he'll throw the perfect pitch on the corner and then just miss by a country mile. And there you see on the first two pitches, one missing way wide to the right and then the other right on the corner. Breaking ball jammed foul off to the left side. And Velasquez ahead in the count, 1-2. Wind blows out to left, and there's a wave and a miss. And 4 straight strikeouts for Velasquez. He's got 5 on the day. As Schwartz is retired, and that brings up Teddy Valentino.
Number 20, Teddy Valentino.
So Velasquez starting to catch his stride. There's another swing and a miss. Count 0-1. And Velasquez with a dart on the outside corner. To Teddy Valentino. Out of the windup, here's the 0-2. Just outside. The ball and 2 strikes. Crowd wanted that one as they start to get into it. And timeout called at the plate. Of course, in high school, no pitch clock and unlimited amount of timeouts. 1-2. Breaking ball hit in the hole and into left field for a base hit. And the Friars have their first hit of the day. A scorching single off the bat of Valentino. Just their second base runner of the game, and that brings up Jason DeCaro.
Jason DeCaro.
So DeCaro, like Velasquez last inning, an opportunity to help himself. With the runner on first and takes a fastball high, 1-0. DeCaro flew out to right his first time up, 0 for 1. Velasquez, a couple of fly out to ground out, and of course 5 strikeouts. That pitch just misses outside, 2-0. Valentino with good speed off of first, but a short lead. Velasquez is quick to the plate. Slide steps in the pitch. That misses downstairs, and Velasquez 3 straight out of the zone. And we'll see if DeCaro gets the green light. Pitch. Inside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Velasquez, and now the Friars have a runner in scoring position and 1 down. And there'll be Phil Mazzola, and we'll get a pinch runner for St. Anthony's, and Dan Luisi will come out. As that's Brendan Howard to run at first base for DeCaro. And of course a courtesy runner too, with the pitcher running on the base paths. But Luisi sensing that Velasquez not in sync those last 2 batters and kind of wants to settle him down. Of course, his first time since the first inning that he's pitching in the stretch as St. Anthony's with something cooking. There's 1 out in the inning, and so St. Anthony's has runners on first and second. We'll see if they put the bunt play on, even with their cleanup hitter in Mazzola. Valentino off of second, Howard off of first. We're scoreless, bottom of the 4th inning. Friars look to get in front. And the first pitch taken upstairs, 1-0. Mazzola grounded out to short his first time up, 0 for 1. As Velasquez, the check of the runner, not once but twice, comes home with the 1-0. That's outside again, 2-0. Infield in double play depth. Hepner at third base, playing back, but towards the line. Pitch, chopped on the ground to third, this could be 2. Hepner goes to second for 1. The turn by Matty, not in time. But they still erase Howard from the base paths. 5 for the completion. And now the Friars have runners on first and third. And 2 down for Dan Skubla. And another pinch runner for St. Anthony's will be John Angelo Francisco, the junior outfielder, taking the spot of Phil Mazzola. And, of course, you get the courtesy runners with your battery. So for Paul Parcelano, he's got his pitcher batting third, Mazzola batting fourth. Both reach base, and then they go back to the dugout. That's probably the closest that you have to the re-entry rule that you see in softball, where you can put speed on the base paths pretty much every inning and then just re-enter. And the first pitch is upstairs to Caleb Arulian, 1-0. Or check this, Scubla, I apologize. Arulian's on deck. Here's the 1-0. Back to the screen. And the count 1-1. Scubla, one of the 5 strikeouts for Velasquez. He'd love another one. 1-1. Breaking ball in there. And the count 1-2. We've seen both pitches go to their breaking stuff and the get me over curveball, but either way, it was good enough for Velasquez. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner from first goes. The pitch. Hit in the air out to shallow right. Going out is Maddie, the second baseman. Makes the catch, and Velasquez gets through it unscathed. The Friars had runners on the corners, but do not score. We go to the 5th inning. We're scoreless. Titans and Friars on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Common Sense Baseball is the premier baseball facility on Long Island. Located in Westbury, CSB offers private or group training lessons on top of cage rentals for your team, baseball or softball, as well as summer camps and college recruitment videos. Visit them today at 75D Rushmore Street in Westbury or online at Common Sense Baseball on Instagram or on commonsensebaseball.com. Be a part of the premier travel baseball program in Nassau County by joining Long Island Elite Travel Teams. Elite Baseball offers a reliable organizational structure with tiers of teams between 11 and 17 years old. Elite Baseball provides experienced and knowledgeable coaches that help players grow in a competitive, fair, and respectful environment. To sign up, text the number below at 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com. Back here at Farmingdale State College, it's the top of the 5th inning. Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's in a staring contest. Who will blink first? No runs on 1 hit, no errors for both teams, as Ryan Sizz will lead things off for the Titans against Jason DeCaro as he gets set for his 5th inning of work. Sizz was hit by a pitch and then thrown out at second, trying to steal the base. Attacks the first pitch and lines it right to Baez at second. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 5th.
The center fielder, number 29, Nicholas Quiroz.
So this will bring up Nico Quiroz. Struck out looking his last time up. As DeCaro working quickly. And the first pitch fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-1. 6, 7, 8 due up in the order for the Titans as DeCaro gets set. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. DeCaro only 3 strikeouts through the first 4 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed the 1 hit. Right up the middle. Charging is Mugno, the shortstop. Slings it over to first, and there's 2 away to begin the 5th.
The designated hitter, number 21, Andrew Sinclair.
So 2 up, 2 down, and this brings up Drew Sinclair, the designated hitter. Grounded out to third his first time up. Sinclair provides a lot of power in the bottom of the order for Holy Trinity. Someone who hit an opposite field home run the other day and really likes to grind out at bats. 1-0. Tapped on the ground to the right side. Second chance for Baez. Charges. Scoots over to first. And DeCaro sets the Titans down in order in the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're scoreless. Titans and Friars on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
For me, it starts before they ever sign up with us. Player evaluation is at the heart of everything that we do. So we're going to evaluate players. We're going to make sure, number one, that they're a fit for CSA. Number two, that we have a philosophical agreement as far as how we see the recruiting process playing out. We have guys who have aspirations of playing at the Division I level, but we're going to make sure that we're really realistic and that we understand Division II and Division III are tremendous programs, and we're all on the same page about where we think that player fits at the college level. From there, obviously they come on board and we really individualize it. At the end of the day, everybody's timing is going to be different, certainly based on the type of schools that are going to recruit them, but also, given their grad year and the skill set. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good plan in place.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Titans and Friars scoreless. The 2023 NSCHSAA playoffs. Caleb Arulian attacks the first pitch and spoils it foul behind the plate, 0-1. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Friars. Arulian, Mugno, and Baez against Sebastian Velasquez, who bent but did not break last inning and kept the Friars off the board. Little tapper left side and rolls foul as Hepner scoops it up in foul territory, and Arulian behind in the count, 0-2. Last inning started innocently with a strikeout of Mike Schwartz, but then Teddy Valentino had the first hit for the Friars to left field. A walk, a fielder's choice, and then eventually a pop out, and that's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. 6 strikeouts now for Velasquez.
Number 2, Michael.
And that brings up Mike Mugno. Boy, Velasquez just so filthy at times and can dial it up and hit the outside corners, and URI has a good one coming their way. Mike Mugno, one of those strikeout victims, steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Wave and a miss and a breaking ball and count 0-2. Velasquez rears back and fires. Slow roller, left side, Hepner. Gloves, throws, in time. Andrew Hepner's done a good job charging in today, even though he plays deep.
Number 17, Kevin.
And retires Mugno for the second out. So 2 quick outs, and that brings up Kevin Baez. Struck out swinging his last time up. Velasquez struck out the side in the 3rd inning. And gets ready to go to Baez. And pumps a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Well, we know that the scouts and the coaches are out there for DeCaro, but that one's lined foul off to the left side. But you'd have to imagine for Velasquez, pitching on that adrenaline, hey, why not? Give the pro scouts some tape and maybe a few years down the road, see how far he's progressed, and perhaps he's the one that is opting between going to a 4th year at Rhodey or being put in the draft. Baez hits it in the air out to right, giving chase Shiz on the run, loses the cap but makes the catch. And Velasquez sits him down in order. We're through 5. No score. Titans and Friars in the NSCHSAA playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you. Because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Jason DeCaro back out on the mound for the top of the 6th inning. Holy Trinity Titans and St. Anthony's Friars are scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And if you love this coverage, well, we can help you bring your sportscast to life. What we bring is announcers, multiple camera angles, instant replays, and graphics. Great for rivalries, senior day, or just a general promotion of your team. We don't care. We'll go to any game. Contact us to book a sportscast today, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. Mazzola fires down to second as the Titans try to scratch a run across against Jason DeCaro. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Titans. Sean Maddy, the second baseman, steps up after grounding out to his opposite number. Kevin Baez at second, his first time up. Great crowd on hand, especially as we get to the later stages of the ball game. Start to see the St. Dom's and Chaminade fans come in as well. And Matty takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Matty, the old Westbury commit. It's a rip and a miss. And DeCaro ahead, 0-2. Infield, outfield straight up as the breezes settle down here at Farmingdale State. 0-2, wave and a miss. He got him. Fourth strikeout of the afternoon for DeCaro, as he's retired 5 in a row, and that rolls over the lineup for Nick Dellavecchio. And DeCaro, the future Carolina Tar Heel. Fires a pitch low, 1-0. Teddy Valentino, the third baseman, playing on the grass as this is floated foul down the left field line. And the count even at 1-1.
A reminder to return all the foul balls to the dugouts.
Remember, for those of you just tuning in, or this might be your first baseball game, high school game of the year, it's only 7 innings. Of course, extra inning rules do apply in the playoffs, and will go as long as it takes. And both DeCaro and Velasquez leaving it all out on the mound. As Delvecchio behind in the count, 1-2. DeCaro gets the sign. 1-2 coming. Slapped into left field. It's down for a base hit. And the Titans have something cooking. Just their second hit of the afternoon. Delvecchio reaches first base, his first hit of the day. And that'll bring up Tyler Cook.
Number 2, Tyler Cook.
Well, one of the tough things to do is obviously hit against DeCaro, but just string along back-to-back hits. You'd have to imagine Delvecchio with his good speed at first won't be there long. First pitch popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Mazzola gives chase, but it reaches the seats. And DeCaro ahead, 0-1. Cook can handle the bat, a ground out and a fly out in 2 at-bats, 0 for 2. Of course, with the runner at first and the number 2 hitter up, you'd love to get Delvecchio in scoring position for the heart of your order. See if Cook, behind in the count, lays down a bunt or continues to swing away. Runner goes. Fastball in for a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time as it skirts into center field. Baez backs it up. Fires over to third. In time for the tag and the out. Or check that. He slid in there. Let's take another look at that. What a slide by Delvecchio. Used the swing move And now the Titans have their first run and go-ahead run 90 feet away. We take another look. Yeah, how about that? What a slide by Delvecchio. The old swim move. He faked the left hand, then went around with the right, and that's the explanation right now. That throw got there way ahead of the time. But usually, you'll get that out call because the throw beat him ahead of time, but the good move by Delvecchio. So it's a stolen base and an E2. And now the Titans, with that all-important first run, now 90 feet away. And an 0-2 count to Tyler Cook. Well, if you're looking for a strikeout, this is where DeCaro needs it. Infield comes in. We're scoreless. Top of the sixth. 0-2 outside. Count 1-2. Cook, a ground out and a fly out. Ball hit in the air to the outfield will bring across the first run. And DeCaro and Mazzola not on the same page. Low set, DeCaro. 1-2 pitch. Hit into center field, coming on Arulian, and he'll have to play it on a hop. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off. The Titans take the lead. It's an RBI single for Tyler Cook. And Holy Trinity takes a 1-0 lead in the sixth. They finally broke through. Arulian did a good job on the deke, but couldn't throw out Delvecchio at the plate. Back-to-back singles for the Titans put them in front, as that brings up Kyle Kozlowski. Kozlowski, a walk and a fly out. Hits into a double play ball. Mugno steps on the bag, fires over to first, and the inning is over. But Holy Trinity breaks through. An RBI single by Tyler Cook. And a 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity going to the bottom of the sixth on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the sixth inning at Farmingdale State College. Holy Trinity with a 1-0 lead here against St. Anthony's, the top seed, and crowd starting to get into it. And if you're looking to bring your game to the next level and play in college, well, Varsity Media can help you. What we offer, custom editing effects to help you stand out. You get the choice of music and a link for college coaches. And, well, why would you want to sign up? Well, we could help you save money on college tuition by helping you get the scholarship for the school of your choice, helping you land a spot on the team. Stand out from the competition. If you mention this ad, you'll get 10% off. Contact Jeff Turchin today, 516-403-2050, or email him at jeff@varsitymedia.net. And there is the athletic shortstop, Nick Delvecchio, with the slide of the year so far to take third base. He came across to score on the RBI single by Tyler Cook. And now the Friars, the top seed with their backs against the wall. And the first pitch from Velasquez, hit on the ground to third. Hepner fires over to first to retire Kurt Johnson for the first out in the sixth.
The first baseman, number 4, Michael Schwartz.
So this will bring up Michael Schwartz. Schwartz a walk and a strikeout in 2 at-bats, was thrown out on the base paths in the first inning. You just talk about a game of inches and swings, and for Schwartz, was at second base but was picked off, and really you take the bat out of the hands of the heart of your order when you're thrown out on the base paths, especially when you're going up against an ace like Velasquez. And the curveball sits low, 2-0. Friars have only left 2 runners on base all day. Just shows how dominant Velasquez has been. But now behind in the count, 3-0. Velasquez has struck out 6, walked 2 in 5+ scoreless innings. He's become accustomed to pitching out of the windup and at his own pace, and now the home plate umpire tells him, hey, slow it down. Not ready yet. He's ready to go. Here's a 3-0. Outside, ball 4. And the Friars have a 1-out base runner, 3rd walk of the afternoon for Velasquez.
The third baseman, number 20, Teddy Valentino.
So this brings up Teddy Valentino, and it also brings out Dan Luisi to talk it over with his team and his defense. Valentino singled to left his last time up, also grounded into a double play, someone who makes a lot of contact. You've got the big bopper in DeCaro on deck. And of course, while we have this break, be sure to subscribe to Varsity Media on YouTube. A link right there, youtube.com/Varsity Media, or on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Varsity Media. Of course, we like to thank all the baseball fans out there for taking part in watching today, and always love a baseball audience and welcoming you into our broadcast, and hopefully to see more of you guys in the future on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So here's Teddy Valentino, steps up to the plate, tying run off of first base is Schwartz, and the first pitch misses just outside, 1-0. Infield at double play depth. The outfield has played pretty much straight up the entire afternoon. 1-0 spoiled foul off to the right side, and the count is 1-1.
Please make sure that ball is returned.
Friars threatened in the 4th inning. They had runners on the corners and 1 out. And Velasquez was able to get a fielder's choice and a pop out. Well, the field umpire pointing to somebody either by the Friars dugout or in the stands, not sure. But Parcelano just want to make sure that it's not one of his guys. And of course, you don't want to say the wrong thing and get yourself ejected from this game. Here's a 1-1. Up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody warming up in the Titans bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike, 2-2. Velasquez, a couple of shakeoffs, would love a strikeout here. 2-2 pitch, upstairs. And a good eye by Valentino to work the count full. Good speed off of first to Schwartz. We'll see if he's in motion on the pitch. Payoff pitch to Valentino. Popped up left side of the infield. Del Vecchio calling for it, makes the catch. And a king-size second out by Velasquez.
The pitcher, number 33, Jason DeCaro.
So Valentino's retired, and that brings up DeCaro. DeCaro, a flyout and a walk in 2 at-bats. He was erased on a fielder's choice just a couple of innings ago. An opportunity to help his own cause as his team trails 1-0, and the pitch misses on the outside corner, 1-0. Velasquez really hasn't gotten that outside edge all afternoon. It's a 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. Phil Mazzola would be next. He looms on deck. And a balk. See if we could see that again on just the regular replay, but looked as if that front shoulder moved by Velasquez. As Luisi comes out to get an explanation. And the explanation was he was set, but moved that front shoulder. That's a balk by definition. So that moves Schwartz into scoring position and a 2-0 count. And they're going to walk to Caro. Interesting decision to put the go-ahead run on base, as the courtesy runner will come on again. And it's Brendan Howard. So Parcelano putting speed on the base paths. It's Schwartz at second, Howard off of first, and this brings up Phil Mazzola, who grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Hit the ball hard. It was a 5-4 fielder's choice where Hepner tried the double play, but the return throw for Matty just not in time against the wheels of Mazzola, even though a catcher can still get down the line. And the first pitch popped up right side, foul territory. Velasquez calling for it and bumps into his own catcher, Cook. Velasquez was calling for it the entire time, didn't even look at Cook, and it fell in. Well, after all of that, it's just a strike, but let's take another look. It's a little late after, but either way, Velasquez just trying to take care of it himself. And new life for the Friars. Velasquez checks the runner at second. Not once, but twice. Comes home with it and misses upstairs, 1-1. And that would have gotten Holy Trinity out of the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air. Left side of the diamond. Del Vecchio makes the catch, and the Titans get out of it. Velasquez steps up once again to get through 6 scoreless innings. A 1-0 lead for the Titans on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Back here at Farmingdale State College, a 1-0 lead for the Titans, and today's game is sponsored by College Sports Advisors. CSA is a full-time baseball advisory service focusing on the specific needs of players to ensure them the best college baseball opportunity. From the initial assessment of your skills to curating your target college list, we work with you every step of the way. Our strong track record with college coaches stems from our ability to assess talent and determine an appropriate level of play for each student athlete. Our service is all-encompassing, and most importantly, we devise a strategy unique for each player to achieve success and ultimately find the right fit for their future.
Leading off for Holy Trinity, the third baseman, number 7, Andrew Hepner.
Andrew Hepner steps up to the plate in the 7th inning as the Titans lead at 1-0 and are looking for insurance as the Titans look for their second victory of the postseason. They knocked off Kellenberg to set up a match with St. Anthony's, and now a chance to move to the winner side of the bracket against Jason DeCaro. And the first pitch down and in, and the count 1-0. Hepner, Velasquez, and Siz due up in the order. 4, 5, 6. As DeCaro misfires on the first two pitches, 2-0. Mentioned earlier, DeCaro, the UNC commit, has some professional scouts in attendance today. 2-0 pitch. Curveball stays inside, and the count 3-0. DeCaro's allowed a run on 3 hits, struck out 4 in 6+ innings of work. 3-0 pitch. That's inside, and 4 straight out of the zone. And the Titans have the leadoff man on, as this brings up Sebastian Velasquez. And a mound visit to set up the defense and, more importantly, calm down DeCaro. It was only the second walk of the day for DeCaro. And we'll get a pinch runner as well. As we see, St. Anthony's warming up in the bullpen. That's John Didden. And they'll go to Didden out of the bullpen. Would love to not use him today and have him for tomorrow. Of course, St. Anthony's set to start their number 2 starter as well. And that's Torin Kassenbaum, 5'11" senior from Farmingdale. Here's a bunt play right back to the mound. DeCaro's up with it, bare hands, and flips over to first to the covering Baez. Runner moves over to second, and a successful sac bunt for Velasquez. 1-4 on the putout, and that brings up Ryan Siz. Siz lined out to second his last time up, was hit by a pitch, officially 0 for 1 on the day. Caro checked the runner and fires a breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Jordan Ocampo, the runner at second. And the pitch, check swing, he goes around. Ball squirts off the glove of Mazzola, but no advancement by Ocampo. And DeCaro with a good count of 0-2. DeCaro taking his time, gets the sign that he wants, as Siz crowds the plate, behind in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low, check swing on the appeal, no. Says the field umpire, and the count is 1-2. Tyler Cook's RBI single, the difference in this ball game. As DeCaro comes home with a 1-2. Right back to the mound, picked up by DeCaro, checks the runner, and then lobs it over to first for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 29, Nicholas Quiros.
So this brings up Nico Quiros. Quiros a ground out and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. Would love to push across that second run and knock off the top-seeded Friars and move them into the losers bracket. First pitch, breaking ball, hits the outside corner. 0-1. Good sweeper by DeCaro. DeCaro from the belt. Checks the runner, not once but twice. And another breaking ball, this time on the inside corner. And the count 0-2. Ocampo with good speed off of second. St. Anthony's, who will have 5, 6, 7 due up in the order in the bottom of the 7th inning, would love to be there. Only down 1 run. 0-2 coming. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. 5 strikeouts for Jason DeCaro as he keeps his team in it, trailing 1-0. Last licks for the Friars when we come back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the 7th inning, a 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity, and what else would you expect in the NSCHSAA playoffs with every team throwing their ace on a Sunday afternoon at Farmingdale State? Sebastian Velasquez has been efficient on the mound for the Titans. At other times he's been unworldly. Other times he's walked the tightrope and came out unscathed. He's been a magician on the mound as he looks to close out the Friars, the top seed in the playoffs. As he'll go back on the mound to deal to Dan Skubla, Caleb Arulian, and Michael Mugno. Skubla, a strikeout and a pop-out in 2 at-bats. As the Friars have left 4 runners on base and have only had 1 hit. And Velasquez pumps in a first pitch strike, 0-1. A lot of the attention, rightfully so, was on DeCaro on the other side, and Velasquez, like the undercard, certainly pitching like the marquee act today. He struck out 6 over 6 scoreless innings. Here's a 1-1. Wave and a miss. Fooled him with the curveball on the count 1-2. Velasquez, kind of like those Andy Pettit eyes, peering through the glove. The pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 7 for Velasquez, and there's 1 away in the 7th. He has come out throwing darts today, as this brings up Caleb Arulian. Struck out looking his last time up and gets a good rip at a fastball. Fouls it right back to the screen, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Inside. And the count 1-1. And just looking at the contact that was made against Velasquez. Got a single to left field. Other than that, 3 flyouts to right field. 7 strikeouts. A couple of groundouts as well. But this is St. Anthony's team that can mash. And a lot of parity in the NSCHSAA. But either way, Velasquez has tamed a very potent offense. That's in the dirt. And a 3-1 count to Caleb Arulian. Three-one pitch. Right down the middle for a strike, and the count is full. Arulian, the senior from Hauppauge. His coach calls him a winning player. He'd love to get on base. He represents a tying run. The pitch. Popped foul off to the right side. Then we'll do it again. Velasquez with such a cherubic look, a really youthful face, but he's a killer on the mound. Here's a 3-2. Just a piece of it. And then we'll do it again. Michael Mugno would be next. He represents the go-ahead run. He's on deck. Infield, outfield, straight up. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball just inside, ball 4. Fifth walk of the day for Velasquez. And now the Friars have the tying run on base. And Michael Mugno steps up to the dish. Mugno a strikeout looking and a ground out in 2 at-bats, 0 for 2. And the pitch inside, 1-0. Seventh base runner of the afternoon for St. Anthony's as Velasquez out of the stretch. Here's the pitch and a fastball upstairs, 2-0. And we'll have a meeting of the middle infielders on the mound. That's Del Vecchio and Maddie, as Kozlowski comes over to talk to his pitcher as well. If you're looking in the Holy Trinity bullpen, well, their bullpen is empty. Of course, their other pitcher is their catcher, Tyler Cook. And one of the difficulties for Dan Luisi is bringing in Cook in the middle of an inning, especially when he's catching. 2-0, pops off the glove of Cook, couldn't locate it. Arulian takes off for second, and he dives in without a throw. So the pass ball moves the tying run up another 90 feet. As Cook couldn't squeeze it. And here's a 3-0. On the inside corner for a strike. Velasquez needed that. It's 3-1. Cut the tension with a knife. 3-1 coming. Hit on the ground to the left side. Hepner charges. Fires over to first in time. Kozlowski the throw to third. Not in time. So Arulian gets ahead of the throw. More importantly, Mugno's retired for the second out. And here's Kevin Baez, the last chance for the Friars. And Luisi will go out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. And a lot of this is really just setting up the defense, but also challenging your ace and saying, hey, we can walk this guy if you want, or you could go right at him. And Velasquez is going to come out of the ball game, and Holy Trinity will turn to their bullpen. A fantastic day for Velasquez, and he gets a standing ovation from his supporters on the right side. Velasquez 1 out away from completing it as they'll bring in Tyler Cook, the catcher, as he'll face Kevin Baez. We'll take a quick break. Cook looks to close it out when we come back on the Varsity Media Sports.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Be a part of the premier travel baseball program in Nassau County by joining Long Island Elite Travel Teams. Elite Baseball offers a reliable organizational structure with tiers of teams between 11 and 17 years old. Elite Baseball provides experienced and knowledgeable coaches that help players grow in a competitive, fair, and respectful environment. To sign up, text the number below at 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com.
And you're always working to get them to that level.
They're genuine. They really want what's best for your kid. And it's about giving your kid an advantage and access to as many resources as possible. And I feel like with CSA, they have the platform, they have the relationships. Again, it's all about having your kid's best interest in mind, and it's certain that's what they have here.
Sebastian Velasquez took St. Anthony's to the brink. And the tying run, Caleb Arulian at third base, a good sportsmanship. Of course, on that side, Velasquez threw a gem, and now it's Tyler Cook the starting catcher, looking to close it out for Holy Trinity as they look to win Game 1 against the top-seeded St. Anthony's Friars. Remember, they beat Kellenberg, no easy foe, as they took down Andrew Koshy. And now that would be something for the mantle, winning games against Koshy and DeCaro, and now it's Cook as he'll deal to Kevin Baez. So the line on Velasquez, 6 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs, although he's responsible for a Rulian at third base, 5 walks and 7 strikeouts. As Kevin Baez steps up to the plate with the tying run at third base. A 1-0 lead for the Titans here at Farmingdale State College in the NSCHSAA playoffs. And the first pitch fouled right back to the screen, 0-1. Baez wasting no time and getting a good rip at a fastball. Baez 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a flyout against Velasquez. Looks to keep the line moving and tie it up. 0-1 pitch upstairs. Count 1-1. Huge gaping hole up the middle for the middle infielders. Outfield playing straight up with the wind blowing out to left. The 1-1 pitch. That's carved foul off to the left side, and St. Anthony's is down to their final strike. Holy Trinity looking for the upset. Tyler Cook, the catcher now on the mound, looks to close it out. 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Slow roller. Matty charges. Underhands to first, and the Titans have done it. They knock off St. Anthony's 1-0 as Sebastian Velasquez picks up the victory, striking out 7 Friars in 6 2/3 scoreless innings. Tyler Cook, who had the game-winning single, closes it out for Holy Trinity as they pick up the 1-0 win over St. Anthony's. And what a moment of triumph for Sebastian Velasquez. He hurled a masterpiece. So there's the handshake line as St. Anthony's now, they will play Kellenberg tomorrow. And Holy Trinity with the win, and those fans happy on the right side for Holy Trinity as they pick up the 1-0 win. And they'll face the winner of St. Dominic's and Chaminade, which is coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So that'll do it from Farmingdale State College. Holy Trinity with the upset win over St. Anthony's. They win it 1-0. This has been a presentation of NSCHSAA Baseball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.